All right, team, welcome back to TNT Digital Mindset. Today, I'm really excited to dive into some cutting-edge stuff. I've been poring over the latest research on digital trends, and honestly, it's fascinating. I've even leveraged some advanced AI, yeah, you heard that right, to break down the core insights. This way, we can get straight to the actionable strategy. So without further ado, let's jump in.
Let's be honest, your LinkedIn profile is probably one of the most under-leveraged digital assets you have. Most people treat it like a dusty old resume. We're going to fix that. In this explainer, we're breaking down the system to turn your profile from a passive liability into an active, high-leverage lead machine. So, let's get to work.
First things first, a hard question. Is your profile right now, today, actively attracting and pre-selling qualified prospects every single week? Or is it so generic and self-focused that it's actually pushing them away? If you're not getting consistent inbound interest, your profile isn't just neutral, it's a liability.
The source material we're pulling from is brutally direct on this point. That default good enough profile, it's a massive opportunity cost. The core problem here is just a fundamental misunderstanding of what your profile is actually for.
And this right here, this brilliantly illustrates the mental model shift you have to make. You've got to scrap the resume mindset. That's passive, it's backward-looking, and it's all about you. Instead, you need to adopt the landing page mindset. It's active, it communicates immediate value to your ideal audience, and it's engineered to drive a specific future action. This is the foundation for the entire system.
All right, so let's actually build this system, starting with the most valuable digital real estate on the entire page. The top fold. This is what everyone sees first without even scrolling. Your first impression is made or broken right here. Okay, your headline is the single most important component here. Just using your job title like SDR or account executive is probably the lowest leverage move you can possibly make. It tells a prospect nothing about how you can help them. It's all noise, no signal. Its one and only purpose is to communicate value instantly.
So you need a framework, a high-signal headline. It clearly answers three questions. Who do you help? What do you actually do for them? And what is the ultimate value or outcome they get? If you can nail these three things, you've already filtered in the right audience and filtered out the wrong one.
Now, let's look at how this formula works in the real world. This is a pretty aggressive expert tier example. It immediately leads with keywords, LinkedIn and SalesNav. It establishes authority, trainer, speaker, founder, and then it adds a humanizing touch, island nomad. See how it's just packed with signal?
But look, the framework is scalable. You don't need to be a 15-year founder. Check out this example from a sales rep. It's so simple, so direct, but it's still packed with signal. It leads with the value prop, the core pain point it solves, eliminating tax pains. A prospect with that exact problem knows instantly that this person is relevant.
And of course, this system extends to your visuals. A professional headshot is just non-negotiable. That's table stakes. But your cover photo, that is a huge underutilized asset. You can use it for branding, to show off trust signals like media logos, or even to include a direct call to action. Don't waste that space.
Okay, so once you've nailed that first impression with your top fold, the prospect starts to scroll down. The next part of the system is all about building trust at scale. It's about pre-selling them on your value before you ever exchange a single message.
And this isn't just a collection of random sections, it's a logical flow. The prospect moves from your high-level pitch in the About section to tangible proof in your Featured section, and then to career validation in the Experience section. See how it works?
Now listen, most people will not click See More on your About section. They just won't. That means your first 1 or 2 sentences have to do all the heavy lifting. They have to function as a complete, powerful elevator pitch that communicates your core value all by itself.
So here's the framework for writing it. Start with that hook. Then, for the people who do click See More, you can elaborate on how you deliver value and for whom. And this is crucial. Add a humanizing element. Mention a hobby, a part of your story. It shows you're not a robot.
Next up is the Featured section, which is probably the most underutilized section on all of LinkedIn. Seriously, think of it as your personal highlight reel. This is where you provide tangible proof and assets that do the selling for you. So, what kind of assets are high leverage? We're talking about things like case studies, video testimonials, links to free guides or webinars, or features in big publications like Forbes. You really have to ask yourself, what one asset would build the most trust with my ideal prospect? Put that front and center.
And finally, the Experience section. This isn't just a place to copy-paste your old job duties.
For each role, you should briefly explain what the company does and then frame your responsibilities in terms of the results and the value you created. Make it about impact, not just tasks.
So we've hooked them with the top fold, and we've built trust with the middle sections. The final part of this system is all about converting that attention and trust into a real business outcome. It's about driving action.
And this comes down to two simple tactics. First, you've got to sprinkle clear calls to action all over your profile. Literally tell people what you want them to do next. Second, if you have LinkedIn Premium, use that custom link strategically. Don't just send them to a generic homepage, send them to your booking calendar, a webinar sign-up, a specific landing page.
And that's it. That's the entire system, built on these 7 core components. From your headline all the way down to your calls to action, they all work together across 3 phases: the top fold, the trust-building sections, and the action drivers.
So this all comes down to one strategic question. What is the single primary action you want a qualified prospect to take after they land on your profile? Is it booking a call? Is it downloading a guide? Watching a demo? You have to get crystal clear on that one thing. Once you have that answer, build your entire system around driving that single action. If you want more high-signal frameworks to build your digital leverage, subscribe to TNT Digital Mindset.